Western Mass News is digging deeper into the death of Beulah, an elephant that died during last year's Big E. Good evening, I'm Beth Ward. Chris is off tonight. Officials with the USDA confirm Beulah died of blood poisoning through a uterine infection. It's causing some people to wonder why the sick elephant was performing at the fair. Western Mass News reporter Audrey Russo joins us now live in West Springfield with more. Audrey?
USDA officials confirmed that Beulah died from septicemia through pyometra. And despite the seriousness of that uterine infection, those same USDA officials confirmed that the Comerfords proved Beulah was receiving veterinary care at the time of her death.
Less than a week into the 2019 Big E, Beulah the elephant died. The Asian elephant, owned by R.W. Comerford and Sons, was supposed to be featured for the duration of the 17-day fair. However, after a few days, people started taking videos of Beulah lying down, noting that she looked sick. Big E officials later confirmed the elephant had died of natural causes. Western Mass News learned through the USDA, one of the agencies tasked with licensing zoos like the Comerfords, that Beulah died of septicemia through pyometra. Scientifically, it's a uterine infection that poisons the blood.
Not only can they get septic, the bacteria can produce a toxin or poison that can damage the kidneys.
We spoke with a veterinarian at Spruce Hill about pyometra, which she says can affect large animals and even house pets. Dr. Sherry Himmelstein says in the pets she sees, the infection is considered an emergency.
These infections are very, very serious, and they can often be fatal. They can be very lethargic, they can drink more, they can urinate more.
The USDA answered questions from U.S. Senator Richard Blumenthal regarding Beulah's death and the death of Karen, another Comerford elephant that passed of a kidney disease. In a statement to Senator Blumenthal, USDA officials said, quote, the Comerford Zoo provided documentation that Karen and Beulah were under veterinary care at the time of their deaths and that the care provided was appropriate.
Our job is to ensure that they can show in their records that they have provided adequate veterinary care for any of their animals.
Western Mass News spoke with the USDA over the phone. They could not confirm when Beulah was diagnosed with pyometra. They say the Comerfords are tasked with keeping detailed vet records and that the USDA just periodically checks them. The USDA says the veterinarian retained by the Comerfords would have made the decision on Beulah's health when she was at the Big E. A veterinarian would have to check her over and determine if she was okay to perform.
Correct.
Western Mass News has reached out to both the Comerfords and to the Big E for a response, and as of this broadcast, we have yet to hear back. Live in West Springfield, Audrey Russo for Western Mass News.
Audrey, thank you. We are following developing news out of Pittsfield at this hour. Police tell Western Mass News that they are responding to an accident involving a train and a pedestrian. They say it happened on the tracks near the end of Mill Street. People are asked to avoid the area as authorities investigate. We'll have more information as it comes into our newsroom, both on air and on our Western Mass News app.
Dealing with some isolated showers moving through the area, very light in nature, but that's not the case out towards Litchfield County and as you go into New York, where they do have some heavier rain moving into those portions of the area. Just some light showers through Franklin County into Hampshire County. You're not seeing any of that rain right now through Ludlow, Wilbraham into Bondsville, Belchertown and Ware, but I do think everyone picks up on a couple of raindrops into this evening. The heaviest of the rain that we'll see into tonight is still crossing into Litchfield County on its way towards Springfield, so we'll call it a couple of downpours possible tonight. The best chance for those downpours arrives Wednesday night and into Thursday. So we have dry conditions right now, maybe a few sprinkles here or there, some drizzle in Springfield. We do have temperatures that will fall into the 30s overnight, upper 30s and low 40s. Our futurecast suggesting a few scattered showers here or there. Same story into tomorrow, kind of a raw and dreary day with rain off and on, even snowflakes in the hills before the bulk of the rain arrives late Wednesday night and into Thursday, and this is going to be some heavy rain that we're going to have to contend with, also some pretty gusty wind. We'll look at that wind threat coming up in just a few minutes. Beth?
New at 6, a vote is expected tonight in Granby that will decide whether 6th grade students will move into the high school or not. Western Mass News reporter Sarah Grinelli is live outside of East Meadow School with the latest. Sarah?
Beth, school counselors are expected to come here to vote in about a half an hour from now. They're deciding whether to approve a proposal to move 6th graders out of the newly renovated East Meadow Elementary School and into the high school. Combining grades 6th through 12th grade inside of Granby High School, school officials say the move is needed because of growing class sizes in the elementary school. Several parents we spoke with say they're hoping the vote doesn't pass.
We're really hoping that the school committee has been listening to us for the last 5 months. They seem like they have been, and we're really hoping that they choose to keep 6th grade here at East Meadow where it belongs, and we figure out some other programming or whatever needs to be done to have that happen.
School Superintendent Cheryl Stanton tells Western Mass News the 6th graders will be in separate hallways away from the older students. She also says they would have their own bathrooms. Again, the vote is in about a half an hour from now at 6:30. We will bring you the very latest both on air and online. Live in Granby tonight, Sarah Granelli, Western Mass News.
Through red lights. He's blowing through red lights.
It is a story Western Mass News brought to you exclusively the night a Springfield couple chased down the car of a man suspected of kidnapping a young girl in January. Now that couple, Amanda Disley and Benny Correa, received a major gift from Beulah Auto Group today. Western Mass News reporter Caroline Powers was there for the big reveal.
That is not my truck!
I thought we were being punked. I didn't know that was our truck.
Nope.
They went above and beyond.
Benny and his wife Amanda were in the right place at the right time the night of January 15th. An 11-year-old Springfield girl was reported kidnapped, and an Amber Alert was issued across the state. Benny and Amanda recognized the suspect's car and followed it around the city, trying to catch the license plate. Later in the night, the car was stopped on the Mass Pike, the young girl inside, and Miguel Rodriguez was arrested. But in the process of chasing the car, Benny and Amanda's car got pretty beat up. That's when Beulah Auto Group stepped in.
We reached out to him to repair the vehicle, and we were going to just fix what was broken in the chase. And then we kind of had an idea of maybe going a step above.
Tuesday morning, their brand new looking Escalade came out of the garage.
We didn't expect paint. We didn't expect any of this. We thought they were repairing just the little shock thing in the tire.
Put all new 4 wheels and tires on it, all new undercarriage, struts, shocks, hub knuckle bearings, brakes, rotors, front and rear bumpers, couple of panels. Then we, body worked the whole car and did a complete custom matte finish.
Beulah tells Western Mass News the total cost of all of the repairs to the Escalade, nearly $25,000. But it was made possible because of generous donations from other vendors and businesses.
Without those donations, we wouldn't have been able to pull this off for them. And it's nice, to know that everybody had the same, mindset that we had. I mean, we had people reach out to us. We didn't even have to ask. So it was special. It was special to put this whole thing together.
Lisa's incredible. They're very incredible. I didn't expect
and everybody
this.
They teamed up with.
Yep, everybody.
We didn't know there was that many people.
On their roster and on all their vendors and everybody that made it happen today. Everybody that made anything that had something to do with this. We thank them. We appreciate everything. And
Enjoy.
So can I drive it now?
Yeah.
In West Springfield, Caroline Powers, Western Mass News.
New at 6, Chicopee will soon have a second recreational marijuana dispensary. The state's Cannabis Control Commission today approved Theory Wellness to begin selling recreational marijuana starting this Saturday. The Fuller Road location will soon join Mass Alternative Care on East Main Street as the 2 legal recreational marijuana shops in the city. Turning to Campaign 2020, Senator Bernie Sanders is coming to Springfield ahead of next week's Super Tuesday primary. The Vermont senator is currently the front runner in the race for the Democratic presidential nomination. Sanders announced that a rally will be held this Friday evening at the Mass Mutual Center. When it comes to this year's primary, Springfield Mayor Dominic Sarno calls the rally an important moment for both the city and the state.
This year, Massachusetts will play a pivotal role, and obviously you have a local candidate with the United States Senator Elizabeth Warren, and Senator Sanders is spending time here, and Vice President Biden, I know, has spent some time here in Massachusetts too. So we're in the play. We're in the play.
The doors will open at 6 with the rally slated to begin at 7:30 in the exhibition hall. It's going to be a busy night down there. The Springfield Thunderbirds also have a home game that night inside the arena.